Why am I so tired of learning? From the first day of school to graduation, from reading classic novels to analyzing history, from learning math to exploring science, we spend our lives absorbing knowledge. Now, in the age of AI, the learning even prolongs. There is more to learn than ever, and we must continue. We dive into programming, data analysis, or mastering AI tools such as ChatGPT. In a few years, it could be robotics, driverless cars, or even space technology and interplanetary expedition. Who knows? As long as the world keeps updating, we must keep studying just to keep up. On one hand, it feels positive. It shows I'm alive and making progress once in a while. On the other hand, it's exhausted, even desperate. The ancient Chinese philosopher Zhuangzi had long summarized the learning challenges we face. My life has limits, but knowledge has none. To chase the infinite with the finite is a path to exhaustion. Although learning is the essential path to growth, lifelong learning can wear us out. Then, how should we learn? What practical learning approach can we adopt? A hint can be found in the teachings of Laozi. Laozi said, "In learning, one accumulates daily. In following the way, one diminishes daily." To accumulate is a process we all know, absorbing skills, gathering knowledge, increasing value. But to diminish means something deeper, removing inner confusion, bias, and noise, the real obstacles to our progress. Think of a master swordsman from a classic Chinese martial arts tale. At first, he immerses himself in study, mastering more and more sword techniques, while constantly improving on his skills and correcting his flaws. Only then can he transcend the limits of techniques, reaching the ultimate state, where no sword is greater than the sword itself. He enters the supreme realm beyond the sword. Though a sword remains in his hand, every stroke is no longer bound by technique. Each move manifests the pinnacle of his sword mastery. Thus, it is a union of lifelong learning and self-cultivation. It is not learning blindly, but learning with clarity. It is not clinging to past experience, but meeting the new with openness, learning by doing along the way. Seeking inwardly is also learning. To accomplish a goal and change one's destiny, one must first study the world, absorb knowledge, transform it into one's own wisdom, apply it with principle, and test it through practice. It's like the Daoist Alchemy, using heaven and earth as medicine, the body and mind as a furnace, and great desire as a fire, refining the golden elixir to achieve true fruition, the genuine result of disciplined inner and outer cultivation. In following the way, one diminishes daily, by removing the false, preserving the true, and burning away impurities. Consider Buddha. He studied under various teachers, but enlightenment came from inner realization, through distilling experience into awakening. Also consider how Bruce Lee practiced in his daily trainings, with wisdom, determination, and continuous self-cultivation. Now, we can see how the danger is never lifelong learning. The danger is learning without integration, learning without practice. It's like taking water with a bamboo basket, effort with no result. This is where Laozi and Zhuangzi's wisdom offers guidance. Less is more is not just a trendy slogan. It also resonates with the learning philosophy of Laozi and Zhuangzi. Think of photography. A simple composition, minimal distractions, fewer props. Suddenly, the image communicates more clearly. In design or architecture, the principle holds. Clean interfaces, open spaces, minimalist interiors. Fewer elements create elegance, focus, and clarity. Even in learning, focusing on a few core skills deeply is better than scattering effort across everything. Depth over breadth, mastery over accumulation. In life and health, less can also be more. Choosing whole foods over processed ones, short but intense workouts over endless low-intensity exercise. The results are stronger, clearer, and more sustainable. The same is true for learning. The fewer illusions we carry, the more truths we can hold. So yes, we keep studying AI, robotics, whatever the future brings, but we do not exhaust ourselves with knowledge by merely piling it up. We learn outwardly while refine the mind inwardly, adding every day and also subtracting every day. Craft our skills in the world and forge ourselves through lifelong learning. This leads to the true transformation of learning, to distill experience, remove illusions, and cultivate clarity, wisdom, and inner strength. Through this process, knowledge becomes understanding, and learning becomes a disciplined practice of refining mind and skill. Less is more, and sometimes less is the only way to carry more.